Hey, what's going on, guys? It's got Professor O coming through with a dose of that good yo, come everywhere like broken glass from around like a circle. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. Today, I want to talk about it's a choice. Now, what do I mean by that? It's a choice to be official. It's a choice to be clean. It's a choice to be overall individual that walks in a more moral path. It is a choice to either want to choose to do good or choose to do evil or just to be neutral. But at some point in time, you have to make a choice to decide what do you want to be. Are you going to be good? You're going to be evil? You're going to be bad? Going to be double-minded, etc. so forth, even though that's an unstable situation. The fact of the matter is it all comes down to a choice. What will it be? Now, genuinely, you would always want to take the righteous path because it's a little bit more part of your makeup if you are of a righteous origin. But there are others who take the more way-sided path and they happen to be quite fine with it. Why do they do that? I have no idea, but they do. But the fact of the matter is they exist, and it's time to be a little bit more aware of that. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down this round now. I got the handy dandy notebook up in the spot. Please do not make it hot. Who writes and script? Clearly, your boy still does. Don't hate me because you aim me, maybe need levitate and meditate, never deviate, devastate. Appreciate, yes, hate, no. You know I got the flow, never slow, and I always got the glow. Pardon me if you see the sweat, but I damn sure make it look good. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down this round now. There's a choice to be happy or even make the decision to go in that direction. Now listen here and listen clear. Please do pay attention with all undivided attention. It is a choice to be happy. Literally, nothing, no one, anybody cannot make you happy. You have to decide to say, you know what, I'm going to be happy. And then you start making the means to make yourself happy. Maybe you start changing the way you behave or change the way you see things or change the way you overall act, your overall persona as a whole. You make the difference and you make the change. It is up to you. No one, anybody out there can never succeed or fulfill that in you. You have to make this choice. And then when you make the choice of deciding that to be something a part of your persona, then everything will complement that decision. Other than that, no one can make you happy. You just gotta be able to make it happen yourself, and then everything will complement what you're doing. You want to be righteous, God will definitely lead you down around the right path. You want to be malevolent, well, the enemy will lead you down that wrong path. Like, they're going to do it, all those parties are going to do it with a gusto. Make the decision. But listen here, and please do listen clear. Happiness, a friend, your choice, these are personal gifts that you give yourself. Nobody can make you happy. Nobody can be your friend. Nobody can make the decision for you. You have to decide these things. Now, don't ever get it twisted. There are outside agents and obstacles and particulars that will maybe try to instigate or peer pressure or stray you down that path. But at the same time, if you really know who you are, then you'll be able to discern what's happening, and you'll be able to discern, like, all right, I know what is me, I know what isn't me. Then you make it happen from there. Point blank period. It's not too hard. It's not rocket science. The only time it is difficult is when you're overthinking it yourself. Know who you are and know the difference. And then when you know exactly who you are, you realize you're not very complicated. You're able to think complicated, but you as a whole isn't complicated. It's very actually simple. The more you know who you are, the more simple you start to understand who you are. Simple as that. Look at that. I'm using that word so simple. Simple, simple, simple. Look at that. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down this round now. Let's continue on. You know I am long-winded. Excuse me. You can't expect people to provide this for you. This is a gift you give yourself. Please do understand that it is a choice, and this is a gift that you give yourself. Now, there will always be illusions out there that will try to sway your choice, whatever the case may be. But when there's a will, there is a way. I need you to understand that saying right there literally compliment that it is a choice. When there is a will, there is a way. If you want to do better, you will do better. The more you care, the more you prepare. These are things that make a lot of sense because these are facts that are happening in that current situation. Literally, the more that you care, the more that you prepare. I remember it was like the first day, or maybe you about to go out on an outing and you got a date, whatever the case may be. And you may have actually liked this girl or man, whoever's watching and listening. You're going to prepare for it. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you got shoes on right, you got the nice shirt on, you got, you know, you want to make sure you're looking good, you feeling good, and to be able to do things in your proper order. You're going to want to do these things. If anything else, the more you don't care, the more you don't prepare. You're not really concerned about it. Like, I guess, you know, you might go on a date like, these shoes, I guess they'll, think about it. Like, oh, I ain't gonna be talking closer anyway. Like, it's going to be stuff like that. You know, you don't want to do that at all. And then that's when you start adding discipline, when you're always ready, when you're always prepared. Now, I'm not saying you're always going to be, you know, what's the way, picture perfect. But the more disciplined you are, and the more you always walk with some type of structure, the more higher percent chance that you're always prepared for anything. Me personally, I like to expect the worst, expect the worst. Look how, it sounds like a Debbie Downer. Look at me. Not that at all, excuse me. Expect the best, prepare for the worst. I always expect the greatest and good things to always happen to me, but I'm always not unaware of how wayward it can be. But I don't go in there thinking that it's going to be wayward. You go in there thinking the best. I want the best outcome of this situation ever. I'm going to do everything that I can in my power to make sure that outcome comes into fruition. However, I'm not unrealistic to anything that's not happening. Like, you gotta, it's being real, but then also being delusional. I choose to be delusional because that's what it's all about. Now, it's not about being delusional that, you know, you look like a little crackpot with aluminum foil around your head. I'm not talking about that. What I am talking about is being very confident in your perspective. That would be the proper term instead of using the word delusional. Because when you sound delusional, it sounds foolish. It sounds very unaware of your current situation and environment and your immediate presence and future and thereof. But when you're using the word confident, then, you know, it has a little more structure, a little bit more origin, and it's relatable. So let's move forward with that. Have some confidence, would you? Right, I know that was very long-winded. I was going everywhere, different type of spots, but you know how I like to talk and like to get down with a kid. Dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Anyway, we moving forward. Let's get down to this round now. Life is geometric, not linear. The choice you decide determines the trajectory of your geometry. I really like how I written that. I was really on one this one. You should have seen it. I was right. Oh, look at this. A little bit of that. I was really doing it. Let's say that one more time because I really like how that sounds. Life is geometric, not linear. The choice you decide determines the trajectory of your geometry. Life is not linear, it is geometric. It takes leaps and bounds, literally. Your perspective and how you perceive and how you expect determines the trajectory of your geometry. Now, is it going to be, are we going to be going vertical or is it going to be horizontal? Let's go vertical and let's kind of keep it vertical because that's when you know you're going up and you can have high expectations. Now, again, life is tentative. Anything can happen, but it's all about staying disciplined and staying prepared. And then that's when you guarantee a high success rate of the choice that you decided. That's literally what it's all about. You make the decision, you start acting towards that decision, and then from that point on, literally everything aligns to it to stop you from doing that. But never look at it as something negative is happening. Look at everything as a positive, because the minute you decide to do it, remember, you're changing your mental state, you're changing your physical state. Why? Because your mental has a frequency, and so is your physical has a frequency. The whole point is to get them on the same page. Now, understand this, the minute you make a decision and decide to do something, and you make that firm decision, like, this is what I'm going to do, this, I'm going to look at it, etc. and so forth, your mind and your body isn't used to this decision. So it's going to go against what it said. Your mind's going to be like, you know what? We're so used to this routine. Are you sure this is something that needs to be additional to what we're doing? And the body's going to be like, I don't feel like it. I don't want to do that. I don't feel like that. Why do you want to do that anyway? What's wrong with you? What's the matter? Etc. so forth. Never listen to it. Just do it. Then the minute you start doing it, then that's when the mind starts saying, oh, wow, you know, I do like this. Look at this. This is a great addition to the structure that we already had. I can see how this will be more profitable for our immediate present and our immediate future. Very good. I appreciate you, Spirit. And then the body will be like, well, you know, I am getting used to this. Look how strong I'm getting. Oh, wow. At first, it was kind of like, I didn't know what was going on with that. But now I see what you're going. All right, there yeah, this works, and such and so forth. That's how it operates. And then when your mind and your physical is on the same page, and then everything is inevitable and everything is invincible from that point on for you, because everything's on the same page. You're moving with authority, you're moving more structure, you're moving more prominent for your situation. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can, and I hope you can. Is that all that I've written? And that is it, and that's it. And this message is for the adept out there, for the master, the expert, the proficient, the efficient, the selfish. No one is always doing it and never losing it. That's growing, that's growing, that's growing at all times. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. And remember, speak good, do good, see good. Come when it is good, it's all good. Can you dig it? And for the haters out there that love looking at your boy, make sure you look at my good side, because you know that I am sexy. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Peace, love, and light. I'll see you guys in the next video.